another live stream. It doesn't say it's gone live yet, but we are today going to be playing... Ah, there we go. All right. We are today going to be playing Lupus 590's ComputerCraft Challenge once again. As you can see, we are on attempt 2 once again. Now, I had a brilliant idea for a title for this one, but then I forgot what it was. Just when I was about to be... You want to say something at the beginning of the stream that matches the title. Oh, yeah, I was going to say something like no distractions or something like that. Well, apparently I got distracted straight off the bat. That was not planned, even though it may look like it. Okay, we are doing a thing today. We are playing Lupus 590's ComputerCraft Challenge. And basically what the challenge is you cannot break or place blocks, but you can program that little turtle thing to break or place blocks or do all that kind of stuff for you, which is great. And the goal is to defeat the Ender Dragon, basically, is the goal of the series. Now, here is the dilemma. Why I was thinking of calling this episode No Distractions is because, I don't know about you guys, but, oh, and of course the PC's still not finished being fixed yet, so we're getting a lot of lag right now. So we're also doing the slideshow challenge at the same time. But I don't know about you guys, but I have a tendency to, when I'm working on a project, I have a tendency to, some people, some people give up on projects very, very easily. I don't tend to give up on projects very easily. But what I tend to do is I tend to work on a project all the way until it's almost done. Like, use the analogy, like light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. When you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that's when I give up. That's typically what happens. So, I suppose it's part of the reason why the tech channel videos are things keep happening and they haven't been going up for a long time. Which I did just post one just not too long ago, so that is great. But it tends to be that what happens is I'll spend a whole lot of effort on something and then not get the results, not get the reward from it, not get anything from it, basically, because I give up as soon as I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I believe this is where the expression case in point comes in, if I'm not mistaken, about what that phrase means. This mob farm thing. We spent many, many episodes on it, and we got it pretty much good to go. There's still a few relatively simple things to do, I think. We should be able to do it all in one stream, I think, but we'll have to find out. That make it even possible to be usable, right? So a few things left to do on it, you could call them finishing touches kind of thing. Basically what happens here is now what I want to do is I want to go to the nether, because go to the nether, we're ready to do that. We have food, mostly we have some food, and we're like, okay, let's go to the nether. And all that work that we did on the mob farm, we won't actually get any results from that if we do that, because of the fact that it's not actually done. The program to build a mob farm is not actually done being made, so it's not actually usable yet. If you guys are just tuning into the stream, welcome to you, welcome to the day, welcome to the stream. I'm just talking about basically how, I don't know about you guys, a lot of people tend to give up on projects easily. I don't tend to give up on projects easily, but what I tend to do is I tend to work on a project, plow through until I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then give up and move on to something else and not get the results from it. So what we're going to attempt to do today is we shall not let any distractions, not let the nether, not let anything like that distract us from finishing this mob farm build program thing. If we can get this thing finished, that would be great. Then we can actually start getting the results from it, and that would be good to go. One of the results we'll not actually be able to get from it, because one of the ideas was to use it to trade with the villagers, and it just so happens that the villagers have all been killed because I did not protect them very well, so no more villagers exist in this village. But there are still other things that we can get from it. We can get, bows and arrows to fight the Ender Dragon more effectively, things like that. That is the idea. So we're gonna settle down actually finish this today. But first, we're gonna get distracted because we need to actually go and basically restart, actually, to be more accurate, our mining operation over here so that we can get more diamonds, so we can get more turtles to do more things for us in the future. And this is kind of a thing that you set it going, and then you just sort of leave it going. So we're gonna have to actually do this and try very hard not to get distracted too much while we're setting these guys up so that we actually do finish the mob farm. That's the idea. That is the idea indeed. Welcome to you guys. Welcome to the day. Welcome to the stream. Lupus590 says, I have a concerning number of shelved projects that I believe I will get back to. That I believe that I will get back to be specific. Yes, that apparently is the thing. That seems to be the way that I run things as well. All right. So, let's see. If you guys didn't see the beginning of last stream, we actually found extra diamonds down at the bottom. Speaking of getting distracted, there were extra diamonds down at the bedrock level that the mining turtle missed, and so we had to go down manually and get them. Now, what do you think that there could actually be some diamonds down at... Oops. Okay, the mouse, I still need to fix the batteries in it. Could actually be some diamonds down here underneath the lava that we have not seen, so we could do that. But no distractions, no distractions. First thing is we need to, of course, get these guys good to go. So we need a couple of things. It's going to be a little difficult to set up these turtles. Maybe not, actually. Because what we need to do, we sent each of these mining in an 8x8. We need to mine a 16x16 is what we really need. So we need to do that second half of the chunk over there. Now, the issue, of course, being that how do we set the turtles up in the middle of the ocean? It's going to be a little difficult to do, but it might not actually be as hard as we're thinking. Because what do you need? You need a chest, basically. You need a chest to store things. You need to refuel the turtles, of course. So let's check the fuel levels on these guys. Refuel. Let's not take all the coal in the refueling process. Refuel. 493. Ooh, yes, we definitely, desperately need a lot of fuel. That is for sure. And there's no lava buckets in there. Okay, where do we have? We have 4 buckets in our inventory. That is going to be good. We're going to have to use those 4 buckets. That would be great. What about this guy? Refuel 80. Okay, well, what we're going to have to do is we're going to get 4 buckets, and we're going to actually have to do these things like 4 buckets per turtle, so that we hopefully don't have to refuel them as often, and hopefully it makes it through the entire process without... Did that tree just grew up through the thing again, and we have a giant tall tree once again. If you guys did not see last episode, we basically finished expanding our kelp farm, basically. So we have a 3-section kelp farm now, so it's 3 times as fast, and it now has the ability, thanks to the program that we worked on last episode, it now has the ability to smelt the kelp automatically into kelp blocks, dried kelp blocks to be specific, which is very excellent on many, many fronts. Because dried kelp, actually, you can smelt more kelp with it, which is very, very nice. You can also take it and de-blockify it and turn it back into regular kelp, so we have now extra kelp, which is great. And the whole thing is running 3 times faster, so we're going to be 3 times faster. That would be like plus 300%. It would be 300% of the previous speed, so it's plus 2 times faster, so it's 3 times the initial speed. All that to say, we have some kelp now we can eat, which is great. And is it going to be enough? That's the big question. We do not know until we try. I'm going to try to get the mouse connected again if I can, because leaning over like this is very, very difficult. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually go downstairs, because we do need some lava. That is essential. And do I have anything I'm going to lose? Actually, well, yes, of course. But do we have anything important that we're going to lose? Not particularly. Golden apples. Golden apples actually could be helpful, come to think of it. Could be very helpful. You never know. Let's put them in here for now. Let's do that. That goes in there. And what else do we have? Let's put some extra oak logs in there, because those are pretty valuable things that we do not want to lose by accident. If things go horribly wrong, I suppose saplings, we want to keep the saplings as well. If things go horribly wrong when we get downstairs, because... For those of you guys who... Oh, there we go. For those of you guys who didn't see the last live stream on Wednesday on the Minigames channel, basically, I'm having mouse issues right now. The mouse, I think, might have been damaged. I had some batteries leak in it a while back. I almost never use the mouse. It's just kind of a temporary setup, this wireless mouse. So basically that's kind of an issue. So it seems to be a little bit damaged. It thinks the batteries are low, but they're new batteries more or less, and it just keeps disconnecting and shutting off and whatever else. So that's a bit of an issue. Um, we shall try. We're trying to get down to that lava layer right down there to grab that lava. Kill two birds with one stone is the expression. Basically, head down there and then try if we can grab the lava. Then we can also see if there's any diamonds below it, like we discovered the other time. There we are. Okay, so we have a staircase program, right? Staircase down. Excellent indeed. Okay, and I don't know how far this is. Huh? Attempt to perform arithmetic on local num down and nil value. Oh, yes. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to have it actually. We need to tell it how many times to go down. So let's say staircase down. Let's say 10. 10 looks pretty good. 10 looks pretty good indeed. All right, all right, all right. This is good. We can actually watch the staircase down program from the side now. This is pretty neat indeed. Aha. There we are. It's always nice to see your programs from a different perspective, that's for sure. Oh, and picking up lots of iron along the way, or well, missing most of the iron actually, come to think of it. We kind of, I think we do have enough iron. We don't need to worry about it too much. So that's that. Aha, it has now reached the end of its trajectory. So that is that. Aha, we're going to leave all that iron on the staircase. See what we can do. So there's one lava there. That's accounting for most of this lava down here, but there is some extra still. So what if we... I can't see. Where should we dig down? Should we dig down farther or just go over? Probably dig down one and then go over. That sounds like a pretty good idea. So let's see. For one, I think we need to do two. I think that's how this works, because one, I think, doesn't actually move it down. It just sort of digs forward. If I'm not mistaken, which I might be mistaken. That's always possible. But we shall see if this is mistake day or if this is distraction day, because we seem to be fairly distracted right now. So we need to dig forward. So I think that was dig a lot, right? Dig a lot, let's say 10. Aha. There we are. All right, off to a great start. Off to a great start. And heading into... Aha, that's great. That's great indeed. We should be able to grab that lava now. We do need 4 buckets with us. 4 buckets, please. Oh, there goes a bat. The bat is dead. Okay, what do we do about this here? We can't actually swim in the lava. Oh, is it? Can we reach it? Come on, a little bit too far. Oh, I got it. Well then, okay, that was that was surprisingly successful. Surprisingly successful. It looked like it was actually too far out of range, but apparently it wasn't. So we'll have to wait for that to settle down, and see what other lava streams are down there, and also what's up above. That's another interesting question. We'll have to find that out momentarily, and let's see if I can get the mouse connected again, or if it's just gonna keep giving us issues, because this is surprisingly difficult. This is surprisingly difficult to play reaching way over on a trackpad, but this is the day to do it because of the fact that it's a lot easier to play a ComputerCraft challenge than it is to play any form of combat with a with a glitchy mouse. So that's kind of the thing. Now, what's up here? Anything that we should know about? Anything that we should know about indeed. There's some gold. There's some... Let's put that there. There's some... Nothing. Just a dead-ended cave. Dead-ended, and there we go. Can't even... I don't know if dead-ended is a word, but can't even speak improper English properly, if that makes any sense. Somehow putting extra syllables in there somehow. So, anyways, that is now 2 extra blocks down. Oh, okay, there's actually a fair amount of lava down here. What if we... I think we can actually replace this one water bucket. We need 2 with us in order to... Oop, the mouse kicked out at the wrong point. Okay, we need at least 2 water buckets with us to be able to create an infinite water source, but we don't need 3. That's for sure. So if we just head over here, try to put the water down somewhere where it won't be in the way, like here might be good. Outside of this place. If we put it outside of this place, we can't get in this place very easily. If we put it inside this place, it'll drown the torches, and then the mobs will not spawn properly. So that's kind of an issue. I thought I heard something, if you guys happen to know, about mob drops and things. Is it possible that mob drops you need to actually, like, to get the fancier bows and things, fancy bows from the skeletons, the enchanted mob drops and things, you have to actually kill them yourself, I think. Somewhere I read that. I don't know if that's accurate or not. That's kind of a thing. Okay, so there's a bunch more lava there. So let's, okay, this is trip number one. Trip number one, hopefully we don't trip on our way back up the stairs and fall in the lava below. That would be ideal, or would not be ideal. Would be ideal to not do that. Would not be ideal to do that, if that makes any sense. And then let's try filling this one turtle with 5 buckets of lava, and then if we can fill that guy with 5 buckets of lava, then we'll be able to perhaps speak without getting tongue-tied. But we'll be able to. Oh, we need to actually, that chest over there is out of reach now. We need to actually build over to that somehow. But whoa, okay, it's dark. It is dark. It is dark. It is dark indeed. It is dark indeed. It is dark indeed. Aha! We made it in bed before the monsters came and said that we could not sleep because monsters nearby. So that is excellent. Lieutenant says some mods can circumvent the player requirement for loot drops from mobs. I'm not sure if ComputerCraft's turtles are in that list of mods. Okay, well, if we're doing a fall damage tactic for it, then that won't help then in that case. So that's interesting. All right, gonna try. Oh, the skeleton is inside the. Okay, you know what? With the glitchy mouse, I'm not gonna bother trying to fight that skeleton. Just gonna wait, and there's a husk there. Gonna avoid that guy if we can. Actually, if we could not just avoid him, but if we could void the husk, that would be even better because he would just disappear, vanish, just like that. So let's see what we have now. We've got. Why am I going back down? We are supposed to be upstairs. We're supposed to be upstairs indeed. So let's head back up if we can. That would be great because that was the whole point, was to head upstairs for the lag. This isn't great. This isn't great. Did we fall in the lava? No, we didn't. That's good. This is why we need to get the PC fixed. One reason. Many reasons, actually. Many reasons. As we say on Wednesday, many mini games. We could play many mini games, and this is many reasons for getting the PC up and running. And this is not exactly a mini reason. This is kind of a major reason. Many major reasons. There we go. That's try saying that 10 times fast. That's just about as hard. Okay, so 2 husks. We're gonna need to do something about those guys. If we can do that. Let's see if I can knock him into the hole there. That would be excellent if we could do that. It's going to be very difficult to combo with not... Oh, okay, well, apparently we're just going to do this. Just going to do that. Just going to... Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's gone. And now I have hunger, which is not great. Apparently that's the thing you get from fighting the husks. So that is not ideal. Not ideal, certainly. Okay, so... As we said, no distractions, but this is kind of a distraction. But we're going to get this going, so we'll get 5 buckets of lava in there to start with. Refuel. Okay, that should refuel a whole bunch. 5,493, that is definitely enough for this leg of the trip, which happens to be an 8x8 tunnel down there. And then the other guy has another 8x8 tunnel down there. Okay, so... time to head back down, fill up our 5 buckets once again, and try to continue emptying that area of lava so we can see if there's any diamonds floating around just below the lava. That would be the ideal thing to check out. And we shall see. And then, no more distractions. That's the plan. No more distractions. Get straight into the task at hand. Which hand would that be? That's the big question. Hearing things. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, I think there is a witch. A what? A witch somewhere. Anywhere. Yep, somewhere in one of those caves close by. I'm not entirely sure where, and hopefully we don't run into them right now because we've got very limited combat capabilities at the moment. That is for sure. That is for sure indeed. Okay, this is going down. So that's great. I can't tell where... There is a lava thing coming from there. So that's one thing, but where... Oh, there is a diamond down there. Aha, you see? that is well worth it. Now, hopefully, standing at the edge here is not the worst idea in the world, because we might end up dying down there somehow. Okay, I think the best thing to do, how to get over to that lava there, is probably to build a bridge. That's probably the smartest idea. So if we just, I think that's above the level of the floor there. Yes, it appears to be. So if we just build a bridge here at floor level, that would be ideal. So build a bridge. Let's start with 10 and see where we go from there. Let's put some cobblestone in there. Build a bridge 10. All right. All right, all right. That won't be far enough. 10 will not be far enough. But it gets us closer, then we can scout out the area more effectively. Oh, that is actually higher than I thought it was. That lava is there. Oh, and that appears to be actually a lava lake, come to think of it. So that's not going to be easy to clear out. That's for sure. Now, this appears to be lava something or other, unless that's just flowing down. I think that's just flowing down from... Wait a minute. This whole... I think there's a lava lake down there too, isn't there? Yes. Okay, so that whole area is lava lake. Well then, this is not going to be the easiest lava to clear out. The good news is we have lots of lava. That's the good news. If we... Okay, so I think if we go back... I'm just trying to think the best way to get down without sealing off the lava lake. Oh, actually, we could just simply build down from here, because it won't seal off the whole thing. It looks like it's quite a long lava lake along this, along that wall there. Yeah, that's a lot of lava. That is a lot of lava indeed. Okay, so what if we, you know what, we will actually, to fix this, we should seal off a lot of it, at least. If we can seal off a lot of that lava lake, and leave just a little bit open so that we remember that there is lava there, that would be even better. So, we need to undo this bridge, basically. So go down, nope, not down, just go left, so turn around, and then dig a lot, I guess, 10, and then that should be good, and then we'll just do the same thing again, but one block lower, if that makes any sense. So, dig a lot, 10, and then we need to back up very quickly. Yep, there we go, see, there we go. All right, we're heading out. This guy is well on his way heading out of that situation, which is good. That's very good. And, okay. So we should start one block lower this time. Oh, a little bit farther, please. Dig a lot, 2. There we go. That is good. That is good indeed. Aha. Okay, so build the bridge again, but one block lower. That would be ideal. So, go... back, we need to line it up, so go back, left, and down, I guess. That should be good. It's always kind of a guessing game if you chain up commands like that, and there we go. We've got them in the right place. That is excellent indeed. Now let's try building a bridge again. 10 blocks. Build the bridge. 10. And I'm hearing... Hopefully there's a cave. Hopefully there's a cave behind that wall, because... witches can be quite dangerous, especially when you have limited combat capabilities. And if the witch is up there, then that's not great. If, however, it's over there, then that is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. That's, like, a very rare thing to hear. Very rare thing to hear indeed. But, we apparently hear it here. That's kind of the thing. Now, if we... Yeah, this wasn't low enough to block it off completely, but at least it... started. Let's go 4 more. Build a bridge 4. Okay. We're trying to see, because there is 1 diamond over there, as you can see. There's 1 diamond in the floor. And so the question is, are there any other diamonds that are being covered by the lava? That is the big question. What if we... Okay, let's grab that. Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch. I'm on fire. I am so on fire. That is not ideal. There. Okay. Okay. We're back. We're back. We're fine. We're fine. Not to worry. Not to worry. Everything's fine. Everybody's fine. And everybody's distracted as well. We're so distracted. We're still distracted from the main task that we were trying to do today. Okay, so the question then becomes, what do we do about all that lava up there? Because it looks like there's quite a bit back there. And it looks like we won't be able to clean it out completely unless that's just one last bucket there. It could be. It actually looks like that might be the edge of the lava lake over there. That's possible. Let's find out, actually, out of curiosity. Since we're not getting distracted today, go back like that. There we go. Okay, go up. We're going to have to try to dig over that way above it and see what happens. Go up and then left. Okay. And then dig a lot forward one. So dig a lot... I think 2 does 1, I think, the way we programmed that. Because I think it doesn't go forward until the second time. As you can see, that is more lava lake there. Okay. Well, what if we go back? Because it went too far forward. And then if we just simply, at that point, head to the right, that might be good. So, go right, and then dig a lot. Let's do one at a time. I think, let's see if one actually moves it. Yes, it does. Okay, that's great. So one actually does move it. So since that's the case, we'll just do that, and then we'll do one more, because we don't want them to get too far out of range or get buried in lava or whatever else. It looks as if... I can't tell how far the lava lake goes. This guy could get out of range this way. That's not ideal. Dig a lot one more. Oh. Okay, yes, it goes even higher. Okay then, so this is actually quite a big lake there. So we're kind of just going to need to plug it up if we're going to actually see if there's any diamonds down there. So should we bother doing that this time, or should we do that later? Probably do it later. So let's go back. There we are. Go back again. Okay, what if we now come back some more? So go back, and that should be relatively safe. We can't pick up the turtle here because he might fall in the lava. So if we go left, then forward, and then... Nope, wrong way. Sorry. Right. Because he's facing the other way. Right, and then forward, and then right again. It's always right. That's the thing. The turtle is always right. Okay, and now go forward and get out of this dangerous area here. Go forward 10. There we are, and now on our way out, and we should be good to go. And he might stop before he reaches the end. Yes, he did. Okay, go forward 10 again. Aha! That is excellent. That is excellent. We have made it out. We have 5 more buckets of lava, so that is good. We'll have to work later sometime on trying to find extra diamonds down at the bottom of this quarry down here. But in the meantime, it might be wise to remove ourselves from this particular situation and try to get back to finishing the task at hand that we said no distractions, and then we proceed to get distracted. So, we'll see. We'll see what we can do about this whole diamond situation in a future time, later, sometime. Okay, so this would be the darkness. This is dark. This is very dark. It's not supposed to be dark. You know, something just occurred to me. We cannot break or place blocks except for ComputerCraft blocks. And when you think about it, disk drives are blocks. Disk drives are ComputerCraft blocks. I'm just thinking of this because we have one disk drive in our inventory. And basically what this means is we actually have the ability, if we, whoops, there we go. If we were to place a whole chain of them in a row, that may make it easier to navigate through the nether, come to think of it. If we build an entire bridge out of disk drives, we don't need to use the turtle for everything. That's an interesting thinking outside the box, or rather inside the box, I guess, because the disk drive is kind of a box. But that's a thinking inside the box kind of situation. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? That's an interesting idea. There's the pillagers again. We cannot fight a pillager this time. So we'll have to leave the pillagers where they are at. Okay, who has the fuel? Did you get fuel? Yes, 5,493 fuel. That is excellent indeed. This guy over here needs to be refueled quite a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then refuel. Okay, that's excellent. We're off to a great start. There we are. That is 5,080 now. So, now is the time to dig the second half of this chunk. And so, let's go forward. Let's set this guy up. I think it might be easier, actually, rather than building an entire bridge to that area, although we'll have to do that eventually at some point anyways. But if we just start by going through the water and build up that way. So, we'll have to see. Go down to start with, so that is in the water, one block down below in the water, so that's one idea. And then, if we go forward 8, we should be able to build a floating platform without any connections to the ground. So we'll see. Go forward 8. Okay, that should line him up perfectly to do the second batch of chunk right here. That appears to be pretty good. That's nice. Okay. So we can actually see this guy will waste a lot of fuel going around like this. Is it perhaps a good idea to start him down underwater? That would be very difficult to get to him, though. That's kind of an issue. So I think we'll just have to start from here. Now, I just realized I put all my wood away. I kind of need the chest there. So let's get some chests. Let's get some chests and see what we can do about the whole situation. And having some spare rotten flesh is actually pretty nice indeed. Okay, so here's our wood. Here's all of our wood. And the turtles actually still have things in their own inventory, which is not ideal. Do we have any extra food yet? We have... Okay, we've gained about a block of dried kelp, so it's not the fastest thing in the world, but that is okay. That is okay indeed. If you guys are just tuning into the stream, welcome to you. Welcome to the day, welcome to the stream. We are playing Lupus590's ComputerCraft Challenge, and why am I going in here? Ah, yes, for the crafting table. And basically, what we are doing today is we are... the goal is, of course, to defeat the Ender Dragon, and the issue is that we cannot break or place blocks, so we can only program the little turtle thing to do everything for us, which is interesting indeed. So we're seeing what we can do along those lines, and also having connection issues with the mouse because this is still a temporary setup until I get the PC finished. That's the idea. So that's a double chest. This is now a second double chest. This is nice. There we go. Okay, 4 chests. That should be a good start. Good start. 2 for the one thing and 2 for the other thing, and we're getting this good to go. We were attempting today to start by not getting distracted. That's the idea. Not getting distracted, so that's why we're starting by being distracted and setting these guys up to do some mining. That's the idea. So let's head over here, and if we can actually set up these chests here, try to get some quarrying ready to go. That's one chest. That's a... Hello, drowned is not supposed to be here. What if we... Okay, you are kind of getting in the way, sir. I would rather not have a drowned right here. It kind of makes it a little more difficult to do the underwater tasks, which is not actually supposed to be underwater when you come to think of it. Let's try... Okay, there we go. Let's do this again. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, so that is water. Now, we should try to... I'd like to not waterlog this so we can actually see it more easily, because when we look from a distance, it looks just like water. Why can I not place anything down? I can't place this bucket of water down anywhere. That is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Okay, let's grab the... Oop, don't want to put that in there. But do want to get the stuff out of the turtle. But first, let's get a empty bucket. There we go. Okay. Let's de-waterlog the... Oh, apparently you can't de-waterlog it. Well then, I guess that settles that. So that is that. So let's grab everything we can out of this turtle so he has a lot of inventory to start with. That is excellent. And now we should be good to go. We can now send this guy on his way. So, turtle. Nope, no. This would be excavate. This would be 8 by 8, not 87. Accidentally hit 87. 87 would be way too far. That's for sure. That would take way too long, especially since Excavate is not a restart safe program. So you basically would have to cancel the job partway through and then restart completely. 87 diameter is way too long to deal with. That's for sure. So now last step is this guy. Let's try making this guy one block above, actually, not bringing him underwater like the other guy. Although I think he might be too high right now. Yeah, he's too high, so let's try bringing him down one, if we can. So go down. Done. Okay. Okay, now he's just above water level. Just above water level, pretty close, but not quite. So not quite in the water. So that's great. So okay, go forward 8 while we drown. Don't mind us. We're currently drowning underwater. We're fine though. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Not to worry. Okay, this would be the 8th block. That is, oops, and I cannot get up. This is the issue. This is why we had the other guy down below, because I can't climb up onto that guy. That's a bit of an issue. Bit of an issue indeed. Okay, down you go. Go down. Done. Thank you. Okay, okay. So, that is great. Now there goes the chests. Here comes the chests. The chests are going places. There's... Come on. Why won't this place? There we go. There we go. That's one chest. That is now a double chest. We need to, of course, give this guy room in his inventory to start with. So we'll need to grab all the cobblestone out of here and then get on to the main task at hand today. So, all right, excavate 8. Aha. On his way. That is excellent. That is very excellent. We should be able to come back later and find something has happened. We should be able to find that this chunk is completely mined. That's the idea. That's the idea. If each of these turtles mind their own business, then the chunk would be mined. That's the idea. So, turtles, proceed, mind your own business, and proceed to... Okay, past tense and present tense, and that doesn't even make any sense. Never mind, I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's just go ahead and do something. Let's just go ahead and, oops, avoid that chunk. Don't fall in it. That would not be helpful. All right. So now that those guys are good to go, now that those guys are on their way, I'm really hoping that we'll get a backlog of kelp, because we're eating it so fast that I'm not sure we even have enough kelp being produced as it is. Although we do have 5 blocks of kelp in there, which is great. So let's just grab 3 of them, if we can, and see if we start getting a surplus. That would be very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. All right, there we go. Now, last thing to do before finishing the mob farm is actually to empty our inventory somewhat. That's the idea. So let's head back over to these things over here, these chests back here, and try to empty anything we don't need that could go in there. Sandstone, extra sand, smooth sandstone slab. Where did we get that from? That's interesting. And cut sandstone as well. I don't think we'll fit very many things in here. Looks like most things don't fit in there very easily, but andesite doesn't. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Someday, one of these days, we're going to have to go around and collect all of the chests that we have around places. That's for sure. But as it is, we're just going to go ahead and continue and see what we can do. Let's drop the 1 andesite. We don't need that. 1 sand. We don't need the smooth sandstone slabs or cut sandstone either. So that is that. All right. So now that we have proceeded to not get distracted for the last half hour, we're gonna go ahead and actually continue trying to make this mob farm, finish the job, get this guy done and good to go. Now, you may ask, what exactly did we have left to do? Well, that is in fact a very, very good question. Very, very, very good question indeed. So, what we are going to do with that guy is we are going to go ahead and attempt to finish it. So let's take a look at the program here. Basically what the idea is, if we go over to the mob farm, you can see that at the moment, the mob farm is, this is sort of a prototype version, and that was apparently a cactus. This is a prototype version. How did you get out of it? Hello, skeleton. What do you think you're doing there, sir? Okay, so basically what this is all about is this has been made, but there's no way to actually kill the mobs, which is a bit of an issue. So we were finishing up the program. We have a few things left to do. We have to do this here. So we have, if we edit, work in progress mob farm build, that would be great. You can see it's done a whole bunch of sections. We can tell it which block to use for the tower. It finds the block in the inventory of the turtle, which is great. And we have a bunch of conditional things up there for if it couldn't find the block. Then we basically, this is some preparatory stuff, but then we get down here to the main program. If we go down farther, there we go, main code. So it builds a tube. That's the first thing it has to do, to build a tube, which is basically the dropping chamber that the mobs fall down to collect the mob drops, basically, to kill the mobs. So it builds the tube. Then it checks if it has resources, because the idea is that building the tube will just simply dig down underground. That's the idea, rather than building a giant tube in the sky. So it doesn't need any resources much to start digging, but it does need resources to start building. So after it digs the tube, then it starts checking the resources, which is something we need to work on. Then it builds the chamber, and building the chamber, as you can see, we already have a program that builds the entire chamber. And building the chamber, basically, there's a whole bunch of things. Mob platform, build a square, line up the next square, etc. Build the walls for the chamber, and then proceed to build the roof of the chamber. Build the then come back down is another thing that we need to have it do. And basically, what we have to do here is if you guys are unfamiliar with programming, hang on, it's getting quite dark. Getting quite dark indeed. We do need to remove ourselves and get some sleep, and let's bring this bed with us so that we can actually use it. It's too close to the mob farm there to actually be usable, because it always says monsters are nearby, may not rest now, etc., etc. So let's just go here out in the middle of the open, because why not? And there we go. All right, and then we'll take a look at that program there. Which is surprisingly simple, and yet surprisingly complicated at the same time. Because basically, the simple fact is, here's what we have to do. The green text, basically, why it's green, if you do 2 dashes in this particular programming language, Lua, if you do 2 dashes, it comments it out, which means that it won't run all that code. So any code that we've included inside of the build water platform, build mob platform, build walls, build roof, etc., etc., any of that code, basically, is code that it won't run at the moment until we remove those 2 dashes. Then it goes back to being white, and then is usable. So, or non-green, I guess I should say, because there's various colors that work. But anyway, so here's what we need to do. We need to finish build tube. We need to finish check for resources. We need to finish returning to surface. That's the other thing. So, starting with the build tube, that should be a relatively simple thing to finish, because all we have to do with the build tube is, if we find where the build tube function even is, that's the first question. What do we need to do with it? We probably need to test it. I thought we were done this one, so we'll have to see if we need to test it or what. So, build tube, so it prints digging shaft, and then it prints warning, place double chest behind starting position. Okay, so basically giving us some stuff, some setup instructions. Press any key to continue. So, and then it should wait for us to press a key, which tells it that we have set up all of the things that need to be set up for it. So then shell.run, this is where it should work. rom/program/turtle. What this does, /excavate.lua, and then 3. So what this does is it should run the program, the excavate program that we just started on those other turtles, and that is the idea. So that apparently, speaking of distractions, that apparently was not quite a distraction. That was demonstrating. There we go. It was all. It must have been all planned. We're demonstrating the program that we're going to be using within this program, because shell.run, basically what that does is it runs another program within your program. So it's going to shell.run the excavate program with a diameter of 3, so it's going to build a 3-wide shaft going down to bedrock, actually. And then that should be good. That should end it back up at the chests. Then check resources. Now, here's a couple things. The shaft that we dig down could actually have lava in it, or could have whatever that won't work nicely with us. So we need to have it then, in that case, we're going to have it check for various things. So we need it to check for resources, and what we're going to have it check is a variety of things. It's going to start with, we need it to check the turtle needs to have water in its inventory. It needs to have 2 buckets of water. It needs to have enough cobblestone to do the job. It needs to have fuel. So we need to calculate the cobblestone. It needs to have enough fuel to do the job, so we need to calculate the fuel needed to build the mob spawning chamber. We also need to check if the shaft is safe for it to go, for the mobs to go down. If there's lava in the way, if there's whatever else, if there's water, whatever, it needs to be a clean shaft. Then also the collection system. We need it to know. We need it to check if we have a collection system, which basically is just asking the player, because the turtle itself doesn't actually build a collection system. So it's basically just asking the player, hey, is the collection system good to go? And then we're like, yeah, or we're like, no, or we're like, whatever. That's kind of the idea. Then we also need it, so actually that's about it. So, all right, so here's the function. The function is, and does this count for everything as well? So, because we have this green text here, we have written up here sort of an overview, and then we have it broken down. So let me just make sure everything's accounted for. Water, yeah, check water. These are, the green text is basically comments so that we remember, what to type in there, basically. So check water, okay. Check cobblestone, yep, that's good to go. Fuel is on another line. Collection system and safe shaft are on a different line completely. So collection system and safe shaft, and we're going to start with this check resources function, and then we're going to move on to digging the tunnel, which happens to be earlier, but I think that's mostly set up, but to test it, we want to actually test it combined with this one. So, okay, so collection system and safe shaft. So print check collection shaft. Check collection shaft is safe from lava, etc. Note, player must build collection system manually. Ah, okay. That is that a clear message? That's like when you run the program, it's going to show that message in its terminal thing. But I don't know if that's clear enough. We might need to break collection system and the safe shaft into 2 different lines, possibly. Oh, check shaft. Check mob shaft. Mob drop shaft is safe. And okay, let's just do this. Check mob falling. Check mob fall shaft is safe and from lava, etc. Note, player must build collection system manually. This sounds good. And check the shaft is safe, and then before the note, we'll say, and is a collection system in place? Question mark. There, that should be good. That should be good. Now, this should wrap itself around on multiple lines. That's the idea. So, with that being that, and then it says press any key to continue, and then it waits for a key to be pressed. So, that's great. Now, changing this from any key to being a specific key, that might be an idea, like maybe typing yes or something. But anyway, we'll decide that later. So we have the collection system, the safe shaft thing ready to go. That's the easy part. Now, check water is another thing. We should probably split cobblestone into another line. So let's do that. So check, there we go. Comment that out. Check, building block. Example would be cobblestone. There. All right. So we're off to a great start. Off to a great start indeed. Check building block example cobblestone. Or building blocks plural. That might make a little more sense. There we go. Okay, so theoretically what we should do now is we should check water is the easier thing. So we need to check, okay, how do you count items in the inventory? What we're gonna have to do, I think, so we know how many water buckets we need. We need 2 water buckets. So that's easier in some ways. Building blocks, we're gonna need to check them against how many we need, which is not necessarily the easiest thing to find out, and the fuel is even more difficult to figure out how much we need. So what if we okay, so I think is it best perhaps if we count the items in the inventory? I can't think of an easy way to do this though. How do you check what's in the inventory and tally that all up and then basically compare to it? I can't figure how to check the items in the inventory though. Perhaps... Okay, well, we'll take some of the guesswork out of this to start with. See, here's the thing. With programming, turns out half the job, or in this case, most of the job, is just figuring out how to break the problem down into something that makes sense. And then once it makes sense, then it's relatively easy to just start programming it. So the first thing is, how do we actually count up the items in the turtle's inventory and check how many there are in total? That's the issue. So I think what might work is take some of the guesswork out of this to start with. So whatever the block is, like, let's say there happened to be 5 iron ore. Whoops, didn't mean to drop that on the ground. Let's say the sun's going down. Let's say there happened to be 5 iron ore, 2 sandstone, a bunch of cobblestone, but a bunch more andesite and whatever, and it's trying to add that all up. That takes a lot of guesswork and makes things quite complicated. But what if instead of that, we did the technique of ignoring blocks except ones it's specifically looking for? So things like, for example, we know it needs water and we know it needs the building block. What is the building block? Well, it is not actually ambiguous, because if we go back to the first part of the program here, tower block is equal to Minecraft : cobblestone. So whatever the tower block is, because we set that in the config up there, whatever the tower block is, we want it to check its inventory for that particular block and see if it has enough. So we'll see what's the best way to do this. So tower block is what it's called. So if we head down here and then start modifying that, so check building blocks. So if we check specifically for cobblestone rather than adding up the entire inventory. So tower, I'm going to write this down before I forget. Tower block. There we go. Okay. So if it's looking for the tower block specifically, let's work this out with water. Is cobble right now. So, okay, let's work this out with water because it's simpler in some ways, because it doesn't have the variable thing going on with it. So, water. So there should be 2 buckets of water in the inventory. So what it should do is it should cycle, I guess, through every inventory slot. And if it finds a water bucket, then increase the value of water buckets found, I think, might be good. So water found, let's just say that. Water found, check water. So the water found variable, we're going to start it by saying that we have 0 water found. Then we're going to do a for loop for I is equal to 1 to 16. That should go through all of the inventory. Do. And end there. Okay. And then what we want it to do, we want it to select the slot, turtle dot, and also if you guys happen to think of ways to solve this before I do, you're welcome to put that in the chat as well. Turtle dot, let's see, turtle dot select slot I. Here's the idea. Here's the idea, you could say. What this will do is it will cycle through every slot 1 to 16 in its own inventory. And every time it selects a slot, we'll have it do we'll have it check what the item is and how many there are. This is going to be difficult. Ep11 says, so that there's a function. I'm not going to read all the programming talk, but sort of just summarize. So there's a function, tally items, which checks a inventory. Like what I mean is I'm not going to read all the syntax and all that. Checks the inventory for and cycles through slots 1 to 16. And item is equal to turtle.get item detail on the slot. And if there is an item, then check the item name, the item count, and then I kind of lose what happens there exactly. But that looks like it should work very nicely. I think I'm doing similar to that. I think the one piece I'm missing is item equals turtle.get item detail. Oh, okay, so you don't even need a select line because the select line can be replaced. That is included within the turtle.get item detail. There we go. Okay. So that's that. So here we go. So turtle.get item detail on slot I. That's great. I stands for the iteration of the loop. It's just a way that I kind of learned to do it. So what have we here now? So get item detail. If there's an item. Okay, yes, this needs to be in a variable item. There we go. So what this basically does, this will check what the item is in the slot. Then it does if item. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what we always tend to run into. The issue that we always tend to run into is basically if there's no item in the slot and then you try to compare a non-item to an item, then it can't compare and it just errors. So if there's an item, so if item, then, there we go. So if there's an item, then we'll do what exactly? Then, what was INV? Oh, that was the. Oh, that was the inventory search thing. Okay. Oh, I just noticed there's a table in the code there. Okay, this is sort of making a little bit of sense. In my my slow brain, that seems to be the theme of a lot of these live streams. Okay, so if there's an item. Okay, what I'm gonna do is if there's an item, then I'm gonna do a nested if statement. This should work. So if there is an item, then if item dot name, I think that's the way it's supposed to work, right? Yeah, item dot name. Okay, so if there is an item, then if item dot name is equal to, in this case, it would be the water bucket thing. So what is actually the water bucket? We should carry a second turtle so we don't have to keep exiting the code every time we want to check any of these things. Let's see if we have a spare turtle at the base. We probably do not, actually, come to think of it. Let's then, in that case, let's use this guy. Since he's here. Terminate, please. Okay. And this is, we need a bucket of water. Status, like, information about a bucket of water, please. Lua, turtle dot get item detail. There. Aha. Minecraft : water underscore bucket. There we go. Restart this guy so he continues his task at hand. Minecraft : water underscore bucket. There we go, there we go, there we go, indeed. All right, all right, all right. Let's see this guy over here. Oh, okay. Okay. So if item.name is equal to Minecraft : water underscore bucket, that is looking good. Then do what exactly? That's the big question. That is the big question of the day. Some days have big questions, some days have small questions, some days have a combination. We have one big question today, and the big question is, what next? Basically, what next? So, okay, so what do we have here so far? It starts by assuming the water that it found is 0. Then it cycles through every inventory slot, checks what the items are. If there is an item, then if the name of the item is water, then, now item dot, what is it? Item dot count should count the items. So if the item name is water, then let's say water found is equal to whatever water found currently was, water found. So in this case, it would be 0 at the moment. So water found is equal to 0 in this case at the moment, plus item dot count, which should be a numerical value, I think. So it should be able to take, should be in this case, if it gets to slot, like, what's that, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it gets to slot 7, finds that water bucket there, then it should increase water found to 2. That's the idea. That's the idea indeed. So, let's see. Aha, okay, so this is... I'm just checking it over. So if it finds the item, then it checks the name. Then if it checks the name and the name is good, then it adds the number to the current amount of water found. Now, what we want it to do is at the end of this whole thing, we want it to check, then we want it to say, we want it to print that it found a certain number of water. Print found what was the thing for, I think it was dot dot, right? Or dot dot dot. I think it was dot dot in order to connect. Here's the thing. When you're printing a line, which basically means putting the line of text into the command console that you can read, if that makes any sense. Basically, you can combine a string of text with a variable. So here's the thing, what we're going to do is we're going to combine this with the variable, and basically we're going to say found water found number of water. That's the idea. Found water found buckets of water. Haha. There we go. And now here's the thing. We do need a conditional situation for if it didn't find enough, basically. So, yeah, so this whole thing then, this checks how much water it has, and that's good. So it knows at the end of this how much water it has. If it knows how much it has, then we can compare that to how much it needs. So let's water needed is equal to, there's probably a much more concise way to do all this, but water needed, so if we found the water, then the water needed is equal to 2 buckets. That sounds pretty good. So if water needed is equal to 2, then we'll need to check water found is water needed compared to water found. So if water found is greater than um I'm confused because what we needed to do is we needed to loop back the whole thing here if it doesn't find the thing. So we needed to compare water found to water needed. How do we do that? Would that be better with a greater than less than kind of thing? Might be good. So if water found is greater than water needed, that would probably make sense. So yeah, let's do that. If water found is greater than or equal to water needed. That means there's 2 buckets at least in the inventory. Then do what? Nope, we need it. Okay, so if I can't remember. You had Lupus590. You had some sort of a brilliant way in a previous live stream to exit a loop based on a conditional, and I always think of the repeat loop, but repeat loop, then it's difficult to put in a delay. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. What if, okay, so I think this is getting a little bit complicated, but if let's set a repeat loop around the whole thing. Repeat basically means that it will run the loop once every time, at least once. Loop finding says break, not break then. Okay, so not break. So repeat. Let's try this. Repeat loop will run it every time, at least once. And let's repeat until. And make that on a new line. New line, please. There we go. Repeat until. Hmm. Okay, well. Oh, just the same thing again. Until water found is greater than or equal to water needed. There we go. So, what this should do, and you may be wondering, why do we have a random if statement here? We'll fix that momentarily. So here's the idea. Let's end the if statement there. Here's the idea, is that it will run all this once, and then so it'll check the water found, check the water needed. If it has enough water, if water found is greater than or equal to water needed, then it will just end the loop. It will go through and end it. If, however, it's not, I think we'll change this if statement to say if water found is less than water needed, then we'll have it do 2 things. We'll have it simply print that we need more water, basically. Require the number of water. So require water needed water buckets. So dot again, water buckets. There. That looks good. Requires might make more sense. So, okay, what this is gonna do is it'll go through this whole thing, and then there's two things checking conditionals. The until statement checks a conditional, and this if statement checks a conditional. So basically, what we're doing here is we get down to here. If it has less water than it needs, then it will go down and say, okay, if there's less water than it needs, then it will do this if statement, and it will say requires a certain amount of water, water buckets, and then it needs to sleep. So, waiting. ... There we go. That should be good. So then we need it to, after it prints that, we need it to actually wait. How do you have it wait for the turtle inventory updating thing? Because I typically do an os.sleep, but there was a brilliant way to do it where you wait until the turtle's inventory gets modified. And I can't remember how that works. That's kind of an issue. There was something about turtle. It was something about an inventory event. So does that line just by itself just have it wait? Or does that have to be combined with the wait line? os.pullEvent. So it basically waits for an event to happen is what's happening here. Turtle underscore inventory. Oh, I just realized inventory includes the word invent. It's inventing things, and we're inventing things here. We're inventing a program, which is great. So what this should do, I think, if it didn't find enough water, it should print requires water needed, requires the amount of water it needs, and then waiting. That's the idea. And then it will pull the event thing. It will wait until the turtle's inventory gets modified. And then it will move on. os.pullEvent is doing the waiting. Okay. Events are listed in the sidebar. Oh, there's a wiki article about turtle inventory. Nice. Nice indeed. I just realized my chat is not set up properly. That's a thing. What if I do this? And then, let's see. Chat, where's the thing? There's a thing to show the timestamps on the chat, because I just realized I almost missed that message. But I can't seem to find the thing that shows the timestamps. That's a bit of an issue. It's, for some reason, it's disabled on this setup here. And let's just take a moment and fix that. Okay, view chat rules. Chat appearance, that must be it. Chat appearance, there we go, timestamps. That's excellent. That is better. Then it's less likely that I miss any messages. All right, Lipsonian says if you look at the source of sleep, you'll see that it just uses os.pullEvent for timer events. Okay. Okay, so what this will do, if it doesn't find enough water, then it will say that it didn't find enough water, and then it will wait. And then it will hit the until statement down here, then until water found is greater than water needed, which of course it will not be. What will basically happen is we'll change something in the inventory, which means like you added a water bucket or something, and then basically what happens then is nothing, actually. It'll leave the sleep mode, hit the repeat loop and say, oh, there's not anything there. Like, there's not enough there because it hasn't actually recounted it yet. So it'll go back up to the top of the loop and then come down, and as it goes down through it, it will count again and then see if there's the right number there. And then if there is the right number, then here's what it'll do in that case. It will then proceed to say if there is the right number, if there's enough, then if water found is less than water needed, so it won't be. It'll be equal or greater, which means it won't print that there's not enough water. It won't try to wait. It will then go to the until. And then when it hits the until will tell it water found is greater than or equal to water needed if it is in fact that way. And then it'll be like, oh, okay, so then it moves on. So that slightly complicated way of doing things basically creates a resource check for water. That's the idea. That is the idea. And now that we have that figured out, now that it can do water like that, now we need to simply do the same thing with cobblestone. So, except for a couple of differences. One difference is the simple fact that we do not know yet how much cobblestone we need. We knew we needed 2 water buckets. We do not know how much. Wait, why does I say? Oh, water needed equals 2. Okay. You know what? For the sake of simplicity, we'll put water needed at the beginning of the code. Okay, so water needed, not the whole code, but like just the beginning of the function there. So water needed equals 2. Water needed can go at the beginning of the repeat loop here. So water needed. Water needed. There we go. That is random singing. Random singing. Okay. Let's see. Water needed there. All right. So 2 differences. We do not know yet how many cobblestone we need, so we need to calculate that, but we also need to check the blocks, the tower block and all that, and use a variable instead of using because we define what tower block we need at the beginning of the code instead of defining it within the function. So that's another difference as well. So you know what we'll actually do here? We'll test the water section first. Let's head down here. Let's disable the dig a shaft section. Let's see, build tube. Okay, so disable that completely. That is looking good. So build a tube is out there. Now check resources is the only code running right now. So we'll take out a bucket of water, put that there, and then here's the idea. We should be able to run this thing, and it should tell us there's not enough water. So run work in progress mob farm build. Let's see. Equals expected near print. Wait, what? Line 131. Hang on. I think we missed something. Line 131. It's easy. It's a good thing that it tells you all that stuff about errors and things because it's easy to miss something. Also, when it tells you a line like that, it's not always clear, like, if that's the exact place where the error is. That's the thing. So that's where it thought the error is, but it might have been you missed a close bracket earlier or something. So print check mob fall shaft is safe. This is all in quotes, so that's fine. All in quotes. And at the end, it's got a close bracket. Yes, okay. So that means that that print line is fine. So it's whatever was happening earlier. Oh, is it because we just put tower block just randomly in the middle of places? Is that the idea? Well, what if we just say, let's just comment this out then. Just randomly said tower block right there. So, okay, let's try this again. Work in progress mob farm build. Is this going to work? Aha! Note! Designed to build chamber at ground level. Make sure space is clear before proceeding. Press a key to continue. That should be good. I pressed a key. I'm pressing lots of keys. It's not working. What is that code? That wasn't in the code that we were just programming, I think, right? Okay, note, designed to build chamber at ground level. Make sure space is clear before proceeding. And then press a key to continue. Where does that come in? Hang on. Loopsonate says, can't wait for you to use an external editor. Something like VS Code will catch errors like that without running the program. Ooh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Designed to build chamber at ground level. So where does it say that? And then it doesn't press a key to continue. Oh, that's right at the beginning here. Oh, why didn't the read work? What's going on there? The very first thing it does is it runs this, then we have it read, is that the wrong command? Because read should hold until... Oh, read needs enter, not a key. Oh, well, that's actually pretty good. That is pretty good. That saves you from accidentally hitting the keyboard. Press enter to continue. We'll have to change that anywhere else we find it in the code. All right, loop20 says os.pull event key for press any key. Okay, well, we don't actually want it to press any key because it's too easy to accidentally hit the keyboard and then you just go and mine out your entire basement or whatever that you happen to have put the turtle down in the wrong place. So we'll just change the text to press enter to continue wherever it shows up. There was that spot. There was... where else? Press, aha, this one, build tube. Press enter to continue. Enter. Press enter to continue. That is excellent indeed. Okay, that's one. And is there any more? There should be some more down here, I think. Should be, aha, press enter to continue. Not any key. Press enter. And of course, more code down here. This is probably something that an external editor would help with, I think, right? Is just finding the same line over and over again in your code. That probably would make it a lot easier. Probably would make it a lot easier if I could talk today as well. That would be for sure. That would be for sure indeed. I don't see any more read lines anywhere. Okay, so we should be good to go now. That is good. That is good indeed. Okay, so let's try this again. Work in progress mob farm build. What do we have here? We have... Note, design to build chamber at ground level. Make sure space is clear before proceeding. Space is clear. Press enter to continue. Okay. Space is clear. Good. Now we're not actually digging right now. Okay, so now it's counting. Found 1 buckets of water. Forgot to add a space. Forgot to add a space. Found 1 bucket of water requires 2 water buckets waiting. What this should do, if we put cobblestone in, found 1 bucket of water requires 2 buckets waiting. So let's put the water bucket in then. Aha! Whoa! What happened there? Requires... Okay, found 2 buckets of water. Check mob fall shaft is safe from lava, etc. And is a collection system in place. Note, and there should be a comma between and is. That would make more sense. And is a collection system in place? Note, player must build collection system manually. Press enter to continue. This is a giant wall of text that makes it a little difficult to tell what's going on here. All right. Oh, Loopsvenny says you could try this instead of abusing read. What is this? What is this? This is a link to a GitHub. Loopsvenny GitHub. Let's see. Confirm loop. Prompt. What is this? This is... I'm confused. Is this all to replace the read function, or is this like to replace a lot more stuff? I'm a little confused. Okay, so a couple things. This text is very hard to keep track of. So, a couple things. We need to actually found 1 buckets. We need a space between 1 and buckets. Then we also need to add a carriage return, basically different places to make extra lines and things. So, oh, press enter to continue. Okay, so edit, work in progress, mob farm build. Let's head back down and see what's happening there. So, back down, back down to our little program here. Aha, check resources. So, a couple things. So, we need it to print found, aha, print found this many buckets. Let's add a space before buckets. There we go. That makes it a little easier to read. Then we need to head down here and print require. So found that many buckets requires this many buckets. That can all go together, but we should add a space before the next thing. So print. Let's just add a. I think this might work, right? If we just simply say print, because we're just trying to add an extra line basically. So print. Let's just add a space. Just print a space. And then that should be good. Then that should add an extra line. Then continue the line after there. Check mob fall shaft is safe from lava, etc. And comma between and is. That seems to make more sense. And is a collection system in place? Question mark. Note. Player must. This should be in a new line, shouldn't it? Is there a way to create a new line within a print statement, or do you have to create multiple print statements? That's the first question. First question indeed. Lufani says it's a YN prompt. It basically is useful for do you want to continue situations. Oh, YN, like yes, no. Oh, that's interesting. A yes, no prompt. That's interesting. No, in this case, no isn't really necessary because the only options are really yes or wait, and so you don't really need to tell it to wait, I think. But for a yes-no situation, that would be very, very useful. Lufani says no more pressing enter, and the user has to press Y or N, or their lowercase versions. Okay, that is interesting. Very interesting indeed. So I think, yeah, I think that basically, yeah, I think let's just make a new line because I'm not sure if there's a way to combine this into the same line. So let's just do that. Print, and the quotes there. There we go. This should be good to go. And is a collection system in place? Question mark. And that should be good. Close quote, close bracket. That's good. Lufani says, and text from user input is only written when the user presses Y or N. All other input doesn't reach the terminal. Oh, you mean like you start typing things and there's a spider around here somewhere. So you mean you start typing things and it doesn't just show up as text there, it just doesn't show unless it's Y or N. That is very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. Okay, this should be formatted better, I think. Yeah, let's see. Let's try this. So let's remove the water bucket. Let's remove the cobblestone. Let's save, exit, restart, and run work in progress mob frame build. Okay. Note. Designed to build chamber at ground level. Make sure space is clear before proceeding. Press enter to continue. Okay. Found 1 bucket. Aha! There we go. Space between 1 and buckets. That's great. Found 1 bucket of water. Requires 2 water buckets waiting. Okay, and if we add a cobblestone, it will just keep adding new lines like that. Okay, but then if we add a water bucket, it should finish that. It should add a space before the next text. Oh, and I think I just lost my mouse just before putting that down. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Ah, see, it added a space. Check mob fall shaft is safe from lava, etc., and is a collection system in place. Note, player must build collection system manually. Press enter to continue. All right, all right, all right, all right. Lufrene says, \n should make a new line. It doesn't work with every terminal function, though. Just the global print, I think. Okay, that's interesting. That is good to know. Lufrene says there's also multi-lined strings. Do you know how to do multi-lined comments? Same method, but without the dash dash. I've done it before, but I cannot remember. Basically. Okay, so what... Now, I thought, as we were going through that, I thought there was something... Oh, we need it to... We have it give a warning saying that it's gonna... It needs to build the mob chamber, and it needs room to do that. But we need to give it a warning as well about excavate... We'll dig an entire tube to bedrock. Make sure space is... Make sure is in a suitable location or something. That sounds good. So that we don't actually, in the future, accidentally have this thing going crazy and digging through our basement or whatever. So that should actually be in the excavate function down here. So let's go down to excavate, which is here. Warning, place double chest. Okay, and we need to also let's put that, I guess, before the digging shaft thing. That sounds good. So let's do this. Let's do print warning. Warning will dig tube to 3 wide tube. Let's just say tube. Let's simplify. We'll dig tube to bed rock. We'll dig tube to bed rock. Make sure nothing valuable is in the way. That is that. Make sure nothing valuable is in the way. And let's just add a smiley face for good measure. And let's close the quote and close the print line. And then let's just say print press, whoops, with a quote on it, of course. Quote is important. Press enter to continue. Done. Aha. And then we'll do the read thing again. There we go. That's looking good. That is looking good indeed. All right. So how do you do the multi-lined comments? That's what I'm slightly confused about. Would be an interesting thing to know, indeed. Okay, so this should be good. That should be everything we need, I think. So that checks the what? That checks the water. Checks the water. The water is good to go. So now that we checked the water, we need, of course, a repeat loop around the cobblestone. So we'll need to decomment that is cobble right now. That's the idea. So let's see, tower block. So we're gonna have to, that's just to remind us what's going on. So we're gonna have to actually say here, we're gonna set a repeat loop going. So repeat, and then until goes down here. Until. And we're just basically trying to copy what we put for the other section, basically, the water section. But we're gonna say tower block found instead of water found. Tower block found. So until tower block found is greater than or equal to, nope, greater than or plus, that doesn't help. Until tower block found is greater than or equal to tower, block, this is long. Tower block number needed. There we go. Okay, this is where I'm pretty sure you're gonna like say, "Oh, there's a shorter way you can write that." That is for sure. That is for sure indeed. Tower block num needed. So repeat. So basically, do this whole thing until it's found as many tower blocks or more than the tower block number needed. That's the idea. Now, let's start doing this one thing at a time. So, let's start with tower block. This would be tower block type here, technically. Let's just say block type instead of is cobble right now. That doesn't make any sense. So, block type. There. All right. So, repeat. So, here's the idea. So, let's do this again. Let's do. So start by saying the water needed and water found and defining what that is. And that's going to be the difficult part. We need to do some complicated calculating, that's for sure. Tower block type. What is this? This is the number of water needed, the number of water found. So let's start by saying the tower block number needed. Oh, we're just defining, we already have them written down below. Tower block number needed is equal to unknown. Let's just say that for now. Okay, tower block number needed is equal to unknown. We also want tower block num found is equal to. This would be start with 0. Start with 0. Number found is 0. Number needed is unknown. Tower block up here is not really that necessary. What that is for in the if statement down below, I think. Is where there's some place that it compares the type of block. So, all right. So, let's do this whole thing again. So, oops, let's actually sleep because we're about to be killed by monsters. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. But, of course, the sun is not down yet. Let's have some kelp. Kelp is always good. Take a slight detour, slight break for some kelp. Actually, I wonder what kelp would be like in real life. That would be interesting. Never, ever thought about that, actually. Is it even a real food in real life? That's an interesting question. Interesting question indeed. All right. So now that we know what we're doing, it should be easier. So basically, we need to cycle through the 16 slots. And we need it to check the detail is the first thing. So there's two if statements embedded amongst themselves inside of the for loop. So cycle through the slots and get the item detail is the for loop. So let's start with that. Let's start with that here. Cycle through the slots. So for I is equal to... Oh. Apparently we're having Nightbot issues again. Yeah, I think... That's the trouble, is there's so many words that must be. Although... Is it because there's a question mark after it this time that it didn't work? Is that the issue? It might be. Hang on. So for I is equal to... Yeah, it's because I don't have it configured properly. I need to kind of fix that. Yeah, that's the... Whoop! Whoa. Baby zombie. Oh, I'm on fire. Goodbye. Actually, I don't even need to go all the way. I don't even need to go all the way over there. We can just get rid of this zombie and then proceed to... Oh, the mouse. Lost the mouse. Okay, the zombie's dead. And I'm no longer on fire, which is great. That's always great. Aha, there we go. Mouse is back. Yeah, I think that is the Nightbot issue. That's always the question, is how much, like, words can mean so many different things. So it's like, okay, so allow everything through, and then just everything gets through. And then you don't allow everything through, and then it catches the other meanings of words that aren't actually the meanings of the words that are whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess maybe I'll just leave that one or something. I'm not sure. What do you think about that? That's kind of a question. Leave that one on the Nightbot list, I think. Possibly. Not entirely sure. Anyways. So, so here's the thing. So we're gonna have this for I equals 1 to 16. How quickly can we program this? What do you think? For I equals 1 to 16, do. And then we need it to do what exactly? Get item detail on the slot. Okay, so for I is equal to 1 to 16, do turtle dot get item detail. Haha. On slot I. That's great. So, this cycles through all the slots, gets the detail, then we need to fill in the next section. The next section is in here. If there is an item, then if the item dot name is equal to... Okay, oh, did we put an item? I don't think I put an item. I always forget that. Need to actually take the get item detail and item. Just spell it as... Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I'll just leave that one. That's the trouble with an automatic moderator, like a auto mod kind of thing, is it can't tell context. That's the thing. So, okay, so item is equal to turtle.get item detail. Then we need to have an if statement in here. If simply, this is basically an overview of what we did earlier, which we took too long doing it so that it might be a little bit hard to follow what was happening. So we're doing a simple, quick overview. So, if item, so if there is an item, then, and end the if statement down there, and then so if there is an item, then if item dot name is equal to, now here's where we need the tower block thing. Tower block should be a string of text that creates the uh that tells it what block it should be. So in this case, it'll be cobblestone. In another case, it could be something else. So if item.name is equal to tower block, then, so whatever the tower block is supposed to be, then, and we'll end it down there. And if it is in fact equal to tower block, then we'll have it do, so if item.name is equal to Minecraft water, in this case, then water found is equal to water found plus item.count. Aha. So in this case, it would obviously not be water found. But then, so if there is an item, if it's the right name of item, then we'll say tower block num found is equal to equal to what? Is equal to itself again. Tower block num found plus whatever the number found was. So plus item dot count plus item dot count. There we go. All right. So this should be good to go, I think, possibly. So this being this, what this basically means is it should be, if we did everything correctly, it should be good to go. It should start here, checks. We don't need this here anymore, so that we don't need to remember it's called tower block. We have tower block in later. Okay. There. So basically, to check the cobblestone, it says it starts by assuming there's none found, then it goes and says the number needed is unknown. I have it saying unknown because that should error, and then we should remember to come back down and fix it. So we're just setting up the contraption, you could say, the code here, the thing that actually performs the actions, and then we need to figure out how many blocks it needs. So for I equals 1 to 16 do, and basically it cycles then through the slots and checks what the item is, and if the item is cobblestone, or if it's the tower block, then tower block number found is equal to tower block number found plus the item count. So it'll add up all the items in the inventory until it gets to the end there. Then after this main if statement, then it does what exactly? Then it will head down to the end and it will go and print some stuff and do some things and okay, so print what it found, and then we need an if statement down below. So that's that. So down here, print found. And I think we should actually, what did you say? It said \n for new line. So let's say, does that go within the count, like within the quotes here? Let's see, \n found, and then this would be tower block num found. Okay, so it found this many, and if it found this many, then how do we write this? Because we can't say found that many cobblestone. Because what if they change the config and then it's not cobblestone? Then it will not make any sense to the user. That's the thing. Uh, so found, the number found, and let's say of, and let's add spaces on this as well. Of, and then we'll say tower block. That should make a giant string of text that might not make much sense to the user, but at least it makes a little more sense than just saying cobblestone when it's not supposed to be cobblestone in the eyes of the user if they set it to be something else. So, okay, print found, the certain number found of cobblestone in this case. Now we need a new line, we need some stuff down here. So what we're going to put down here is if it found less than it needed, then do something. And it will repeat until it finds more than it needed. So, let's see. If end. Okay. If tower block found is less than tower block num, I think. Num needed. So if tower block found is less than tower block num needed, then and so if it's less than what it needs, then let's see. Yep, that's it. Okay, if it's less than what it needs, this should be the last little bit here. Then it should be what exactly? Then the print, this is, yeah, if you guys are getting confused, then join the club. But I think it's making a little more sense. We just have a couple more lines to put in, and then I think it should theoretically have worked successfully if we can actually sleep. Come on, sleep, please. Sleep, please. There we go. That's excellent. That is excellent indeed. All right. Aha, there we go. There we go indeed. All right. So, so then if it didn't find as much as it needs, then print it requires a certain amount needed and waiting and all that, and then wait. So print down here, where we go? Where do we go? There we go. If it found less, then print. What? Print what exactly? I can't remember what line we already had written. What line is coming? Requires. Print requires and we'll add a space, close the quotes there, and then it requires how many tower block num needed. So it requires the number needed. And then we'll say of with spaces, of course. There's so many things you have to think of when you're trying to write a print statement with combining things together. You have to put spaces in for it because it won't put them in automatically and that kind of thing. So it requires tower block number needed of, and in this case, this would be tower block. Okay. And that should be good, and it's a lot easier to scroll back up and copy whatever's up there than to try to reinvent the wheel kind of thing. So it requires what are needed of water buckets waiting. Okay. So print requires the number needed of tower block, and then we need to say waiting. So that's pretty simple, but add a space before it. Don't forget the space. Of tower block, and then waiting, and then dot dot dot. There we go. And then close the quote, and that should be good. So print that, and then in here, up here, this would be os.pullEvent once again, and this should be it. os.pullEvent turtle_inventory. So down here, and then os dot pull event turtle dot wait, turtle underscore? I think it's turtle underscore. Wait, what? This doesn't sound right. This doesn't sound right. Something's wrong. Turtle underscore inventory. Ah, okay, that is right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. os.pull event. This is a place where the automatic autofill thing doesn't really help too much. os.pull event turtle underscore inventory, because for some reason it doesn't autofill this. There we go. All right, turtle os.pull event turtle underscore inventory. This is good to go. This is good to go indeed. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So this should be everything we need to check for the cobblestone. Now, let's check if this works. Oh, actually, if we check if it works, we're going to run into two issues to start with. We're going to say work in progress mob farm build, so 135 equals expected. That's what I expected. Or is that what we expected? Let's see, 135. Where is 135? Is that the error that it's supposed to have? 135 down here. This should say tower block num found is equal to tower block num found plus item count. Oh. Wait, what? Is that not... That's not where the error is supposed to show up. The error is supposed to show up here at line 130. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why would it error at 135? I don't see any issues at 135. So that's definitely interesting. Oh, because there's supposed to be, I'm supposed to say, like, remove the extra equals there. It's supposed to define it, not check. There we go. Okay, let's try this again now. The error should be in the right place now. Okay, note, oh, it's not erroring. That's interesting. Note, design to build chamber at ground level. Make sure space is clear before proceeding. Yes, it's clear. Found 2 buckets of water. Found 128 of Minecraft cobblestone. And then line 140, attempt to compare 2 nil values. That's interesting. 2 nil values. Why is there 2 nil values? That's interesting. But 140, let's see. Edit work in progress mob farm build. What does this do? We're trying to figure out how to deliberately make it error in certain places. Line 140 down here. If tower block found... Oh, so it didn't find a tower block. Oh, wait, tower block... It's supposed to say if tower... Wait, tower block found or tower block num found? Oh, it's supposed to be tower block num found. That's an issue. That is an issue. We're finding loads of issues. If tower block num found... Tower block num 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 num. There we go. Tower block num found. That's when the tower's hungry. That's for sure. There we go. So if it found the tower block number, now. So here's the thing. Apparently, we're trying to see if it errors on line 130. That's what we're going for, but it appears that it's erroring everywhere else with legitimate errors as well. So we're going to have to see if we can design to build chamber at ground level. Okay. Wait, 140 again? Oh, okay, yes, attempt to compare number with nil. It should be at 140 because we have the word unknown up at line 30, and so when it tries to compare line 30 to a future line is when it says it couldn't do it. So that makes sense. So, okay, so now what we need to do is we need to know how much cobble we need. This is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy to calculate. We're going to have to basically... Here's the idea, is it's going to have to take... It just dug the shaft. It's going to have to build the chamber. It's going to have to know exactly how much cobble it'll need. And also, do we need to check if... Although I suppose the excavate program will check for us. Do we need to check if there's a pickaxe on the turtle? Or is that, like, not really necessary? So, okay, so how do you calculate something this big and massive? So I guess we'll do it in sections. So here's the idea, is... Let's get out the calculator. There's so many different sections. The mob spawn platform, it's 8 by 8. There's 4 sections of 8 by 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. 64 times 4. Wait a minute, is that an Enderman? I think I'm hearing an Enderman. Endermen are very valuable. Oh, they're probably inside. Never mind. Okay, so 8 by 8 is 64, times 4 is 256. That does just the basic mob spawn platforms down there. Now, of course, we do need to... That was to the right. That was not in the chamber. Was that down here? No, maybe that was in the chamber. Okay, so we have these things accounted for. Then we need to account for these things, and the edge blocks, and then everything else. So, these things, that would be 8 times 3 times 4. So, okay, so 8 times 3 times 4. I think I'm going to need to write it down here. So, 256 is the start. Plus, okay, so now 8 times 3 times 4 is equal to 96. So 96. So 256 plus 96 so far. We'll do the final adding later. What's up, Enderman? That is the big question. The Enderman wants to know what's up. Yeah, he agrees. He wants to know what's up. Lufrane says... you could check for a pickaxe. You'll have to unequip it to check, though. I'm not sure it's worth it. I'd imagine that Excavate, which we do run, I'd imagine that Excavate would check for that, so... Lufrane says you could also place some cobble, then check if turtle.dig returns true. That is a very simple way to check. That would be good. Okay, so... Yeah, so 96. So we've got 256. We've got the whole... Those platforms. We've got those platforms. We need this little bit times 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. So, plus 12. Okay. We're doing well. This is what you call a complex calculation. Complex calculation indeed. And if you guys have ever done calculus, you'll probably be like, no, this is not a complex calculation. And I'll be right. I'll be like, you're correct. But, okay, so let's see. Ouch, ouch, that's a cactus. Ouch, that's a cactus. That is still a cactus. This would... Okay, so what do we have here? We have those we accounted for, these we accounted for, those we accounted for, and then we need to account for the walls around the outside. Now, this is going to be a little easier said than done. We've got 8 across there, so 8 and 8 is... We need to calculate the width across. So, okay, 8 plus 8 is, of course, 16. Plus, then, in the middle there, that would be 3 in the middle. So, plus 3. Now, that covers you from, if we go over to this side so we can actually see it a little easier, that will cover you from the edge of the floor here to the other edge of the floor over there. But, of course, the wall actually overhangs the floor once. We want to be able to do a simple multiply by 4 calculation. So if we add this corner, count that as part of this side, and then we add the next corner as part of the next side, that should be good. So this whole thing plus 1, that's about 20, if I did it correctly. Let's see, 8 and 8 is 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. That's good. So we have 20 then on the one side, times 4. That does the one row of wall, that is 80. And then, of course, it's not just 80, it's 80 times, that appears to be, I can't quite tell from down here, that appears to be 3, I think. Let's double check that if we can. 80 times 3. We need to sleep. Quickly sleep. Oh, it's over here. It's over here. It's over here. Okay, so it's 80 all the way around one row of wall. Ooh, Excavate doesn't verify that it has a pickaxe. In fact, it doesn't check that it can even dig before it attempts to. Oh, well, that's not great. Okay, so we will need to check for the pickaxe. Okay, so 80 all the way around. Let's swim up to the top and start calculating from the top. That would be ideal. Okay. Okay. So this is... Let's jump over there. Oh, we missed. Okay, I think it is 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that appears to be good. Appears to be good indeed. That, yes, 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 yes. 3. Okay, so that's 80 times, where's the calculator? It disappeared. There we go, 80 times 3. 240. So that's 240. So everything before plus 240. Now, that includes the floor, the complex floor, and the walls. And then we have the roof. Now, the roof is a square, which makes it a little easier to calculate. But that's simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lost count. You can't see the lines on these blocks. That's not great. I can't see the lines on the blocks. Where exactly... Okay, where is the cobblestone? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go. Just to make sure we have it right. So that's 19 one way. Times, of course, 19 the other way. So 19 times 19 is equal to 361. So plus 361. And the grand total is to be determined because we have to actually put it in the calculator. And we have to eat some kelp so we don't die. That's always good. That's always good. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this indeed. We've got 256 plus 96 plus 12 plus... Sorry, what? I got distracted because we have no more kelp anymore, and we have not regened any health whatsoever. Whatsoever are you referring to? That is the big question. What is the question? Whatsoever is going on over there. This would be kelp over here. How much kelp? Okay, slight detour. How much kelp have we actually produced? That's a very good question. We've got... Ooh, we are gaining kelp. We've got 11 blocks of kelp now. Let's just grab 6 of them. There. Ooh, 54 kelp. That is nice. That is nice. We might as well use up this rotten flesh while we're here. But let's just go ahead and do this. Come on. There we go. Now we have the hunger effect, which is certainly not ideal. But we don't want all this rotten flesh to go to waste. We don't want it to go to waste, so we're just going to eat it. That seems to make no sense, but that is besides the point. Okay, so how big is that chamber? How many blocks of cobble will it take to do it? Okay, let's add this up again since I did it wrong. I just realized I have the chat covered, so I couldn't even see it. All right. 256. 256 plus 96 plus 12 plus 240 plus 361. 361. 965 cobble. And we'll write that down in case I accidentally clear the calculator. Equals 965. So, that being that... Oh, more rotten flesh, please. Thank you. It's always a good snack on occasion. And the occasion is when you don't have much else, which we do have much else now. We have lots of dried kelp. Although we do want a lot of dried kelp to bring with us, that's for sure. Okay, so, edit. Work in progress mob farm build. And let's see, let's head down here and let's try back to wherever we calculated the thing. It was down at like line 130 or something, right? Tower block num needed, and this would be the exact number. And I suppose there's a possibility I might have missed a few. So when it says 965, why don't we round that up? Let's go from 965 to say 970. Let's see. Let's just say 965. There we go. Let's just say that. That's the exact count that it needs. It should need exactly that to do its whole process. So tower block number needed is 965. There we go. And we did not do any rounding, so hopefully we did not have any errors in our calculation. I'm just trying to think if there's any blocks. on the inside of the mob farm tower that we couldn't see from the outside. But I don't think there were, unless you guys remember any, but I think we could see them all from the outside. So that's great. That is great indeed. I suppose it's possible that the first layer of tube might have had something. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So, yeah, let's just go with that. Let's just go with that. Okay, now, you said excavate doesn't verify that it has a pickaxe. So that's an issue. So we'll have to check that. We'll have to check that momentarily. We'll start with this here. So we'll start by running this. We'll see how many blocks it needs, if it's going to calculate this properly. We'll also try switching it to a different block other than cobble to see if we did it correctly. So exit, restart. Work in progress mob farm build. Alright, design to build chamber at ground level. Make sure space is clear before proceeding. Press enter to continue. Good. Found 2 buckets of water. Found 128 of Minecraft cobblestone. Requires 965 of Minecraft cobblestone. Waiting. Okay, so let's just start adding cobblestone now. Found 192. Okay, let's add some more. Found 256. Found 290. Oh, how much cobblestone is this going to take? This is crazy. Crazy indeed. Okay, let's put that in. Found 354 rather. Let's take out the half stack. It's down to 320 now. Keep adding. 394. Are we even going to be able to fit all the cobblestone? This could be an issue if we can't fit all the cobblestone. We didn't even check this ahead of time. Will it even fit all of the cobblestone in its own inventory in one run? That would really complicate things if that is not the case. Okay, let's grab some extra cobble from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks, cause why not? Off to a great start. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 512, 576, 640, 704, 768, 832. And we need to go get some more cobble as well. All right. Come on, a little bit more. A little bit more. Couple, please. Oh, there's a random creeper running around. Oh, and there's a zombie with armor on. Fancy armor. Okay, you, sir, need to be... I think I'm going to have to kill the zombie manually. But the creeper is going to get in the way. That's a big issue. Come on, creeper. Blow up, please. But blow up when I'm not directly in front of you. Okay, I don't know if the zombie dropped anything because... Whoa! Okay, a couple things. The creeper blew up and destroyed if the zombie dropped anything. But apparently there's a cave here. Well, imagine that. The creeper just blows up randomly, triggers the sand to fall, and find a cave. That is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Is there actually a way to get down without digging? That would be ideal, but I don't think there's... There's an Enderman. What's up, Enderman? Yeah, that's the big question. What is up? What is up with you, sir? I'm going to stare at the... Oh, okay. I got his attention. That's for sure. I got the Enderman's attention. Let's try running as quick as possible underneath this little protective area. Aha. Hello, Enderman. Hello. Hello. Let's see if we can get another... Can we get another Ender Pearl? That's the big question. That is the big question. Oh, he put the sand block down. Well, that is nice of you. Nice of you indeed. Okay. Okay. A little bit more. Don't hit the water, please, because then you might run away. Okay. Come on. A little bit more. There we... Oh, we did get an Ender Pearl. Okay, need to go ahead and put this away. Ep11 says... I think you did find out that you can't fit all the cobble. I remember you being able to request more from the user partway through the build. I remember talking about that. I don't remember actually doing it. That's kind of an issue. But yeah, I guess it doesn't fit all the cobble. So that makes things definitely interesting. Definitely interesting indeed. All right, let's put the Ender Pearl away here. 1 Ender Pearl. Aha, 6 so far. That's very nice. Very, very nice indeed. All right, so let's check on the whole cobble situation once again. Once again, indeed. And of course, we also need to refill our hunger as well at the same time. There we go. Okay, that's a bit more hunger. That's not quite enough to regen health, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. We are there. We are indeed there. So, what do we have in terms of turtle over here? We have the... Aha. Yes. So... 896. This... Yeah, because I didn't make a way that I remember. Didn't make a way for it to be able to request more. But I talked about doing that. But I don't know what to do with it. That's the issue, because here's... Okay, so what do we need? We need... You know what would be... You know what... Can't seem to talk right now. You know what would be good is if we could actually... If we could use... How many more is that? That's 65 plus 4. That's like 69. So that's a stack and a bit more. If there's a compressible block, that would be great. We don't have the block compression mods in here. But different things are compressible by nature, but I can't think of if there's like wood. Oh, wood is actually very expensive to build. To get 965 wooden planks is not easy. Not easy indeed. So that would not be a very good early game farm, that's for sure. But wood is a kind of thing that we would be able to use without having to actually restart the whole thing every time. So that's a bit of an issue. That's a bit of an issue indeed. What if we... Because it certainly won't fit all of them the way it is right now. So it could do a compression thing, crafting, decrafting, but I can't think of an item that would do that. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to find a way for it to get multiple... You could make the drop shaft out of slabs. The drop shaft is made out of the walls of the cave, or like whatever is... Oh, that's a good point. What if the drop shaft runs into a cave? Then we have to actually fill in the cave manually. That is not great. So the drop shaft isn't actually being built out of anything. Lifstein says the roof could be... The roof could be slabs. The roof could be slabs. Slabs block light, I think, right? Or do they? Stairs, I don't think do. Do they? Do slabs block light? That's a good question. Slabs count as a block? Do they? Because we can't break or place blocks, but slabs technically are not blocks, although they have basically the same idea. So, yeah, what about... You know what? Let's try this. We need to try this very quickly. Where can we try this? I'm trying to think of a way to... Okay, well... Yeah, because slabs would be very, very good. Slabs are blocks. Stop trying to cheat. All right. Just checking. Just checking. Just checking. Oh, and you didn't answer me earlier about could we make, like, a stack of disk drives, because that's a ComputerCraft block, and then build a pathway in the nether out of, like, a bridge out of disk drives. That would be an interesting... Although I think they're quite expensive, aren't they? So that would be... Yeah, they require a lot of stone and 2 redstone for every one, so that's kind of... That wouldn't really be an advantage unless you're really in the later game. Okay, so... yeah, so let's try to figure out, do slabs block light? Let's pick this guy up if we can. That would be great. There, okay, that's a lot of stuff in his inventory. Oh, I need to write down what to try. Do test changing tower block. That needs to be done. And then Lipsonian says technically you can. The rules are that ComputerCraft blocks are allowed. So, and I'm not willing to code how to detect that. Yeah. So I think they're quite expensive, so I don't think, like, at least in terms of the redstone, so I don't think that's too overpowered of a technique, possibly. What was the other thing? We need to have excavate check for pickaxe. Okay. And then we need to also do the, what was the other thing? Um, program it for cobble slabs. Build the roof out of cobble slabs. Check num items. I'm writing this down so I don't forget. Build roof out of cobble slabs. There. Okay. Okay, that's looking good. Lipsonian says just build the entire world out of ComputerCraft blocks and pretend that you are playing normal Minecraft. That's one idea. One idea indeed. Okay, so what have we here? We have kelp. That's what we have. The kelp is a lot of help. So, let's see. Turtle. Okay, let's see. If we go over here, if we, what are we doing? Why am I going over here? Do you guys remember why I'm going over there? I do not remember. I do not remember. Um, it was something to do with. Oh yes, slabs. We're gonna check if the slabs, if it actually blocks the light. That's the idea. So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to dig down. Let's just do that here, because why not? Dig down, and then see what happens here. So let's staircase down actually. So staircase down. Let's say 4. Say 4. There we go. And then this is probably the easiest way to build a place down below that we can actually get in and out of. And then we'll go ahead and cover it with slabs. And it would have been smart to do that not in the sand biome, that's for sure. Okay, so what happens if the turtle places a slab? It would probably place it in the lower part of the block, right? Let's try crafting some slabs to start with. Does this guy have he has a crafting unit on him, I think. So let's do this. Let's say craft the slabs. Lua turtle dot craft. I think slabs are 3 across, right? Let's see. Let's see. Craft. Aha! 2 stacks of slabs. That's pretty good. So, terminate. We need to go up. Go up. Up. Okay. That's a whole lot of up. And this should be good. This should be good. And, okay, what happens if you place a slab in the middle of the air? That's kind of the bigger question. Go up. One more. Because that's where the roof is going to be placed for the entirety of the mob farm. So let's see. Go up a bunch, and then turtle dot place. And it places it. It places it at the lower part. Okay, so if we go down and then we start building a. Actually, let's just turn around and let's build a bridge. So turn around. We need to find a way to get ourselves in there and be able to get ourselves out. If we build the roof over our heads, we'll be stuck completely. That wouldn't be ideal. So we need to kind of, I guess, build it and then break part of it and then jump down with the turtle with us. That seems to be the best idea. So what now? Oh yes, go down. No, not go down. Go turn around. Aha. Now build a bridge. Build a bridge. Let's say 5. Nope. Oh, well then, just apparently it just decides to put them in, okay, this is gonna be difficult. It just decides to put them in the top half. You know what? If we're building the roof out of slabs, if this even works, this is gonna be very difficult because I'm guessing that what happens if we go up? Because that was closer to the ground. So let's see if we go up and we're just floating in the middle of the air. Then where does it put the slabs? Let's see. Okay, so that's that. Let's actually go forward one as well. Or let's go to the right first. Go right forward so that we're in the middle of nowhere. And then see if we place a slab. Actually, let's go forward one more just cuz. Go forward. Okay, and then turtle dot place. So Lua. Oh, Lua getting all the right letters in the wrong order. All right, Lua. So, turtle dot. No, 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 no. Ah, what's going on here? Turtle dot place. Hmm. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry, it's not supposed to be place. It's supposed to be build a bridge. Okay, so, turtle dot dig. Aha. Okay. And then, okay, let's exit this then. Let's build a bridge then. Build a bridge. 3. Oh, okay, so it puts them all in the top half. Is there a way to change that? Or do we just have to figure the turtle's gonna put them in the top half, and then we're gonna have to build more? Because that's not gonna be easy. That's not gonna be easy, because what that will do is we'll have to reprogram the roof, because that will leave a gap, a half slab worth of gap between the roof and the wall. The easiest way to fix that, because we can't move it down half a slab, if we move it down even farther, then it cuts into our 3-block high chamber that we wanted. So basically what that means then is we would need to build the walls up an extra half slab, which is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all. If we build the... Because what that would mean modifying that... modifying the walls, adding an extra bit onto the wall program, recalculating the amount of blocks that we need. Okay. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. Recount. Okay. And extra level at top of wall. Now, of course, we still don't know. We still don't know if it'll actually block the light, so I think we kind of need to fix that first. So that's where the roof would be. See, that's the tunnel down below where the roof would be. So if we put half slabs down here, oh, we might not even be able to place the half slabs down there. Hang on, let's check this. Let's pick this back up. Let's see. Did we get it? Yes, we did. Okay. What if we... Okay. Turtle goes here. Once again. Go up. Go up. Okay. Now, if he's above another block, does the slab wind up on the ground? That's the big question. That is the next big question. This would be, build... Let's just make sure that it's not anything fancy with build a bridge. So, Lua. So, turtle dot place down. There we go. Go back to the basic command and find that... Oh! So it placed it down successfully. Oh, is this... So because it's down at ground level, it wasn't placing against the turtle itself. So because it's down at ground level, it went and placed it down there like that. Okay, we need to sleep. We need to sleep desperately and then get back out. So I think what happened is the turtle placed it... Where's our bed? It's over here. The turtle placed it down against the ground, is what it did. And that's why it worked that time, placed it in the right place. Down at the right level. In the lower half. So to place it in the upper half... Whoops! Didn't mean to break the bed there. Hang on. What's going on there? So to place it in the upper half, if it's floating in midair, it places against the turtle, which places it in the upper half of the block when it's placing down. So I think it might be a simple matter, possibly, of... Come on, sun, go down, please. Go down, please. Okay, so it might be a simple matter of just expanding the roof program, if this is the way that it's working. Expand it to include the walls, so it builds a slab roof over the walls as well. The ones that are over the walls will be in the lower half, and the ones that are away from the walls will be in the upper half. That's the idea. Oh, you may not rest now. There's monsters nearby. Oh, yeah, because they're in the little cave thing there. Oh, that's the problem. That explains it. That explains it indeed. And we left the door open so any mobs can come in. That is not ideal. Lopus He says it's not the sun that's preventing you from sleeping. Yeah, that's a good point. Very, very good point, sir. Very good point indeed. Thanks for pointing that out. All right. So we've got complications. That's what we have. We have indeed got complications. Let's find our turtle here. Oh, zombie. Hello, zombie. You think you are coming over here? I think you are getting out of the way. I think you are... Whoa, I think I'm on fire. Done. There we go. That's good. Okay, so so let's test if this works first. Let's try, and let's just make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to, the way we think it is. So turtle dot turn... Nope, not transfer to. Turtle dot... What is transfer to anyway? Turtle dot turn left, I guess? Yes, okay, and then go forward. Turtle dot forward. Okay. And now if we place down here, it should place down below. It shouldn't place right next to that, I think. Oh, what we would need to do actually is... No, this wouldn't help because there's a block below it already. So, okay, if we get rid of the block below it, then what happens? Turtle dot down. Turtle dot down. Turtle dot dig down. Okay. Turtle dot up. Oops, there we go. That's great. Okay, and then if we place down here, it shouldn't place against the ground. It should place against the turtle and should wind up in the top half. That's the idea. Turtle dot place down. Aha. Okay, so we will kind of have a staggered section there. Where it's against the wall, it will go on the lower half. Where it's against the turtle, it'll go in the upper half. So in the middle of the air, building the roof. So turtle dot back. Nope, not back that far. Not back that far. Okay, so terminate. If we go forward and then right. Okay, now let's fill in the areas around, and then we'll see if it actually blocks the light like it's supposed to. So forward 5, I guess. So build a bridge 5. Okay. Yep, so that goes down below. That's great. That's great. We're seeing if this is light proof. So go right, dig. Okay, so it got rid of that. Now build a bridge. Let's just say 2. Okay. And then go right, build the bridge 2 again because it's going to run into that pillar there. Let's dig through that because that's easier. Dig. Nope, it's not. Yeah, it's easier. Dig. Done. Okay. And build a bridge. Let's just say 3. That looks good. Aha. Oh, nope, that wasn't enough. Was not enough. 3 more. Okay, and back. Go back. And then right, and then forward. That should line it up for the last block there. Okay, and then build a bridge 1. Build a bridge 1. Aha. So, this should have sealed off the area from light. Alright, this looks almost like a grave there. That's just like, I don't know, just like, okay, we may not be coming out of this alive. We're gonna go in and see, and hopefully, if we take the turtle with us, we should be good to go. Lupin says, um, transfer to slot count. Move an item from the selected slot to another one. Oh, oh, that's actually very, very useful. Very brilliant indeed. Okay, so time to go down. Dig down. Do it. Turtle dot. Dig. Dig. That would be dig. Dig down. That's great. Okay, let's take this guy with us if we can. Actually, we better take him with us so that we don't get trapped. There we go. So we have a turtle. Then we can head down here, and then we'll see if a slab roof does indeed protect us from the light. That's the next big question. So, turtle goes there. And placing up, of course, we'll place it not lined up with the other ones, but that should be okay. Turtle dot place up. Ooh! Okay, now it's there's a little bit of light here. Is that just because I have the light boosts on? Okay, light 0 from sky, 0 from block. Ah, okay, nice, 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 nice. We are in a very, very dark hole. About as dark as it can get. So the slab roof actually would work very, very effectively. Very, very effectively indeed. So, oh, why did I break the turtle? We need to actually get out of here. Okay, so... Turtle dot... Nope. Lua. Turtle dot dig up. Okay, so this is a good, very good thing that we've got going here. We've got... Ooh, and can we actually get out of here? Oh, we can actually get out of here. Almost. We need to break that slab, too, in front of us. So, let's see. Come on. Right-click, please. Right-click. Why is it not right-clicking? Oh, because I'm in the same block as it? There we go. Turtle dot up, and then turtle dot dig forward. There we go. There we go. Now we can get out. That's great. Okay, so a slab roof will actually work. It will actually work, which is very nice. Very nice that a slab roof will work. So, if a slab roof will work, we will need to modify it. And we have unfortunately been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is quite a long amount of time. So what we're going to have to do is come back next stream, and we're going to have to modify this. We're going to have to modify the number of items it's looking for in order to basically, we're going to need to change it to look for slabs. We're going to need to adjust the roof building to build it out of slabs. We're going to need to, like, yeah, adjust it to build it out of slabs. We need to adjust it so that it will actually be able to fill in the light gaps and build the roof 1 block wider and that kind of thing as well. What else do we have? We have test. We need to test changing the tower block, see if it even counts it properly. We could even do that right now, actually. Let's just do that very quickly. So sand goes there, and let's say, just for the sake of simplicity, let's just use sand, even though sand is not a very good building block, but it's a block that we have nonetheless. So what is it called? Turtle dot get item detail. Minecraft : sand. Okay, so for the sake of testing this, let's just do this very quickly. So edit, work in progress mob farm build. Let's change the config. Tower block, not Minecraft : cobblestone, but Minecraft : sand. And see what that does. Minecraft : sand. It should count it properly. Save. There we go. Okay. And that's that. If we exit, restart, okay, and work in progress mob farm built. Let's see. Okay, found 0 buckets of water, requires 2 buckets. Oh yes, of course, we need to put the buckets in first. 1, 2. Found 13 of Minecraft : sand, requires 965 of Minecraft : sand. So it looks as if changing the blocks works. So that is great. That is very great indeed. It looks like changing the number of blocks works. Let's just check if we take that out. If we put it in somewhere else. Yep, 0, 13, 0, 13, 0, 13, 6, 13. So it adds them up properly. So that is very, very nice indeed. Okay, and of course we need to change that back. Work in progress mob farm build. Oops, sorry, I'm supposed to edit that, not terminate, not run it. Edit. There we go. And let's change it back from sand to cobblestone. Cobblestone. Aha, there we go. There we go indeed. I would assume programming is a thing that goes faster as you get more skilled at how to do it. But this seems like it should have been a simple fix to finish this thing, but turns out it was not quite as simple as I was thinking. So, anyways, so we did test changing the tower block, and that seems to have worked successfully, which is very great. Didn't do a complete test, but I did check if the checking for resources, if that was working. So that's great. That's at least a good sign. Okay, so that's that. So we need to, of course, the whole thing with the slabs and all that is a bit of an issue. We need to excavate, checking for the pickaxe, that kind of thing. The thing is, I think the slabs might work. Wait, what about if, hang on, because slabs basically double. Wait a second. How do slabs even help us? Because we'd have to carry the same amount of slabs with us. Is that an issue? Like the same amount of slabs versus blocks. Unless we craft them as we're going. That's a potentially complicated thing to do. So we need 361 blocks for the roof if we do not actually expand it. So hang on. 361 blocks for the roof is how many stacks? That's 5.6 stacks. So the crafting grid being these 9 slots here, these 9 slots. So 5.6 stacks, that's basically 6 stacks. So 3 along the side there, 3 along the side there. Yeah, that'll fit. That'll fit. So it'll have to use up, oh. That is getting quite complicated. Because then we also have to account for it has to be a type of block that can be converted into a slab as it's going. If we don't do that converting into a slab as it's going technique, then it would need to come back down to the ground to get its refill, which is in and of itself a complicated thing to do. Wait, Loopsony says the entire turtle inventory has to be empty other than the recipe to be able to craft. Really? Okay then. So, it will always have the water buckets in it, at least. So we can't craft while we're going. Okay, so the whole slabs idea actually isn't gonna work out. That definitely makes things difficult. Definitely makes things difficult indeed. So what if we... I think the only thing we're gonna be able to do is come back down. Send the turtle back down, basically. So how many, if we completely fill this thing, how many blocks is that? How many else do we need? Let's see. Let's put the water in there. So save, exit. Okay. And run work in progress mob frame build. Okay. Yep. Okay. Found 2 buckets of water. Found 0 Minecraft : cobblestone. Okay. Let's start filling this. So 1 stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks, 320, 384, 448. 576, 640, 768, 896. Okay, so 896 out of 965. So the whole slab idea won't work. Correction, slabs won't work. Okay, that's good. That's not good. That's not good at all, but at least it's written down. Okay, so we can carry 896 of cobblestone. Where would that leave us? Oh, we need... Oh, hang on. We need 361 for the roof, I think, right? What is the square root of 361? Is that correct? Let's see. Square root of 361 should be 361 square rooted is 19. Okay. Yes, it's 19 by 19. That is the roof number. Loopsonate says you could add ender chests to the pack. That's possible. But I think the simplest way to solve this would be simply this. Simply. See, it's got the word simply in the name. It's very simple. It must be simple. Let's just quickly eat some health. Eat some health? Blah, that doesn't make any sense. Let's go ahead and eat some kelp to gain some health. That sounds like a pretty good idea. And a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. That's good. Okay. Let's see. If we come up here, see, we are about 69-ish blocks shy of being able to complete the entire chamber. So what if we... okay, here's the thing. What if this roof itself... This roof itself requires, what is it? 361 blocks. And we only need about 60 or so to finish. So what if we, before starting the roof, we get to this point, and wherever it is that it's starting the roof from, probably here, I think. If we have it, instead of just simply starting the roof, turn and go down to get resources. And then it sits there and waits for resources until it has at least 361 cobble. And then it goes back up, and then it starts building the roof. That sounds like it's probably the best idea. Probably the best idea indeed. So we'll need to have it... have it come down to get enough cobble for roof. Okay, hang on, roof. There we go. Need to spell properly. And that would be 361. So, that should theoretically be all that we need, I think. That should fix the thing. Of course, that just fixes... Let me just see if there's anything else on here. Yeah, finished 3 functions. Okay, so who would have thought... I thought that fixing... I thought that doing the whole thing of fixing whatever it was, the counting... Counting the items. If it was counting the items, I thought that's like basically a simple thing to do. We just need to add them all up, and adding them can be a little difficult, but that's okay. But apparently that requires actually rewriting a little bit of the roof building code. So that is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. Not going to be the easiest thing in the world at all. Oh, ouch. Missed the water. I missed the water. Missed the water. Okay. That was apparently not a way to get down more smoothly. That was a way to die very easily. Well then, we need a bunch of stuff now. Need a bunch of stuff indeed. That was not supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen whatsoever. Okay. More armor. We didn't have any boots for some reason. We were already out of boots. And there's a shield. There's a disk drive. It looks like a lot of things have floated down pretty far. So we're gonna need to wait till some of it floats back up so we can find it all. There's some arrows. What else are we missing? Do we have everything? I thought we had a full inventory. No, we filled the turtle. Yes, I think that was the case. I think we filled the turtle before jumping off. Oh, there's the bones. Okay, there's bones apparently. What else are we missing? Are we missing anything else? There's... I think that's about it. Our inventory looks very, very empty right now, but I think that's about everything, unless something fell in this corner here. Nope, nothing. Nothing in the corner. Alright. Alright, well, that did not work according to plan exactly, but it's pretty close. Pretty close indeed. Okay. So, Yes, so where are we at here? Okay, let's terminate this. Let's edit work in progress mob farm build. We go all the way down here. We find, what do we still have to do? We have we've actually done quite a lot. How many lines of code is this thing? This is what exactly? This is 267. This is a lot of code here. Okay, so we need to finish building the tube, make sure that's working. Finish checking for resources and take account of the fact that we need the cobble for the roof to be split off into a different section. Build water platform, build mob platform, build walls, build roof, and modify for restock. Uh-huh. Okay, that's that. And of course, returning to surface is a whole other thing. A whole other thing that we have to do as well, which shouldn't be too difficult, actually, come to think of it. But, yeah, okay, so return to surface theoretically is easy. Theoretically is easy. So build tube is theoretically done, but needs testing. Check resources is theoretically not done at all. We're still working on the cobblestone section. Although I think it should be fairly easy from this point forward, because fuel, we would need to calculate how many blocks it moves, which is a little bit difficult. And then that should be good. And then I think that was all that it needed at that point. And I just realized checking the cobble before the fuel may not be a smart idea, because then how do you refuel if the inventory is already full of cobble? So, yeah, we'll have to check the fuel first. Okay, so move, check fuel to before cobble. Before check cobble. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. So build tube is basically done, needs testing. Check resources is not done at all, and added extra complications. Build roof now needs to be modified to restock the cobble. And then return to surface should be relatively easy depending on how we decide to do it. So that should be all that we have to do. Theoretically, this should be all doable next time, all in one stream, possibly. You never know exactly. We'll have to find out. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. See you guys next week, where we find that this is so much more confusing and complicated and confusing than we ever thought it would be. So, we'll find out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. See you guys later.